What's up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new story, and today we have a story of one of the most entitled, spoiled kids on planet Earth. This spoiled kid not only makes fun of a poor classmate to his face, but then his mom tries to sue all of his classmates for quote-unquote emotional damages because they made fun of her baby boy. Wah! Yeah, it's probably one of the crazy stories I've heard in a while. I know for a fact you'll enjoy it, so sit back, relax, subscribe if you're new, and let's just jump right into it. Also, leave a like for all the brain cells I lost reading this story. It helps out, man. But anyways, we're going to call the subscriber who submitted this story Ryan. So anyways, there's a kid in Ryan's class who we're going to call the spoiled kid. And Ryan was in 6th grade. However, Ryan was almost done with 6th grade at this point. He had about a week left. And the spoiled kid decided that, or his parents at least decided that they wanted to throw a party at their house on a Saturday where all the kids could come over and all the parents could come over as well, as kind of to say, like, congrats on, I don't know, congrats on, like, getting through the 6th grade. It was a celebration, right? And at this point, Ryan and all of his friends kind of knew that the spoiled kid was, a spoiled kid, right? Kid was kind of a jerk, and kid was kind of a jerk because he was rich. That's just kind of how it goes. Not just because you're rich means you're a jerk. A lot of kids that have a lot of money, right, they're actually really good people. They don't let it change the way that they act. But you definitely know that one kid who's just super entitled and acts that way simply because he has the funds that he didn't earn. Like, even if he earned them, don't let that go to your head. But, bro, he didn't even earn the stuff that makes him go to that kind of inflates his ego. But anyways, Ryan and his friends were still kind of excited to go to a party with all their friends because they were thinking, like, first of all, the spoiled kid's house is probably pretty nice, and spoiler, they were 100% right about that. But also, like, you know, they were going to a party with all their friends, and there's probably going to be fun things and maybe Nerf guns and a pool. So yeah, how bad could it possibly be? Let me just say that they had no idea how bad it was about to be. So yeah, I guess spoiler, it was bad. But anyways, Ryan and his parents show up, and they pull up to the directions, and, Ryan has never actually been to the spoiled kid's house. He expected it to be a nice house, right? He knew this kid's parents had a lot of money because the spoiled kid would never stop talking about it. But when they show up to the house, Ryan is completely flabbergasted that people live in houses like this. They had to drive to 20 minutes away from him to the gated community or whatever. This guy had 4 floors to his house. He had a massive backyard. Bro had a massive car garage. He had the coolest pool ever. And Ryan is walking in with his mom, and his mom turns to him and says, don't get any ideas here. Basically saying, what you see here is unlike anything you'll have in the real world. So chill out for a second. I'm just trying to provide for you, bro. Anyways, they get inside, and, the spoiled kid's mom was like, welcome, come on in. And you see all the parents kind of standing around talking with each other. They got their little plate of appetizers or whatever. And the spoiled kid's mom says, oh, all your classmates, all your buddies are upstairs in the spoiled kid's room. So Ryan, walks up the stairs, and he goes towards, he kind of goes in the direction of all the noise, as he's assuming that's where all the other kids are. I mean, he was right, but he walks in, and he opens the door of what he can only assume is the spoiled kid's room, and sure enough, he sees the spoiled kid sitting on his bed, and all the other kids in his grade are kind of surrounding him. They're kind of standing around as this guy's giving a talk. And the spoiled kid's like, oh, Ryan, good to see you, take a seat or whatever. And Ryan kind of stands where all the other kids are, and the spoiled kid's like, oh, where did I leave off? So yes, as you see over here, you can look into my closet. Hey, Gerald, open the closet. And this guy named Gerald's like, all right. He opens up the closet, opens it up to show all these really fancy clothes and shoes. And the spoiled kid starts pointing, that I got in Spain, that I got, on my 12th birthday, that, I paid $1,000 for. I mean, I had to mow the lawn twice for that, guys. Can you believe it? And Ryan looked at his friends. He's like, wait. For $1,000, you mowed your lawn twice. You got $500 for every time you mowed the lawn. Bro, I'm lucky if I get $5 if I mow the lawn. Nevertheless, anything, bro. My mom, Ryan's my mom's just do it, bro. I'm giving you a bed. I'm giving you food. I'm driving you around. I'm nice to you. You better mow this lawn, bro. But yeah, anyways, it's kind of more of that. The spoiled kid was kind of just going on about oh, I have this, I have that. I have this, I have that, flex, kind of just continuing on like that. it was getting kind of boring, right? And that's when, the spoiled kid's like, oh, well, let me show you guys around back. And Ryan was kind of excited because, like, in the Evite or whatever, it said we have a pool, we have Nerf guns, like, the kids will have a lot of fun. So Ryan was getting excited because a pool and Nerf guns, like, dude, that's going to be a good time. Like, genuinely now, me and my friends are trying to set up a Nerf gun fight somewhere. Because I don't care how old you get, that stuff is so fun, dude. I used to love doing that as a kid. I actually had a Nerf gun birthday party once. It was pretty cool. Like, I walked around and, like, some of my friends were, like, my bodyguards or whatever since I was the birthday guy. And there would be, like, one assassin friend trying to get... It was fire, bro, I swear. Anyways, though, yeah, so they walk outside, and the spoiled kid is like showing them around, and there is a pile of Nerf guns, but instead of walking towards the pile of Nerf guns, the spoiled kid draws them away somewhere else, and Ryan's kind of thinking, oh, I guess we're just gonna like get a tour first, and then we'll go to the Nerf guns. And the spoiled kid is bringing them towards this shed, and I don't know, Ryan's kind of just like, why are we going towards this shed, dude? Like, I don't know why we're going to a shed. Like, you're gonna show me your gardening tools? Are you gonna show me your rake collection? You're going to show me your bag of leaves that you collect, or someone else collected. You definitely didn't collect them. But they get there. The spoiled kid opens up the garage door. Is like, witness the glory. So the spoiled kid opens up the garage door, and sure enough, there are 4 cars in there. And these aren't like the cars in the garage. These aren't the cars that his parents normally drive around. These are like the extra special cars. It's like the sports cars, the really fancy cars, the ones that like collectors would try and get. And like, at this point, the spoiled kid was going around to each and every single one of the cars and saying what was super special, what was super awesome, what was unique and interesting about each of the cars. And I don't know, all the kids kind of didn't care. Like, maybe there was one of the kids who was more of a car person than the other one. But for the most part, man, I mean, these kids were just trying to, like, they were just trying to play Nerf guns, dude. They were just trying to go to the pool. And this is where the spoiled kid, this is where he commits his first, like, spaghetti-o moment. I don't know why I called, making fun of someone poor, not spaghetti-o moment, but anyways, the spoiled kid's like, hey, guys, come with me, like, I want to check something out. So after, like, Ryan and his friends are so bored of, like, listening to him flex about his parents' cars, he's like, finally, maybe we'll go to the pool. Maybe we'll play Nerf guns. But the spoiled kid seems to be walking towards their cars parked on the side of the road. And the spoiled kid is like, I'm going to give you, like, a rating of all your cars. And Ryan is, like, starts looking to his friends because he already knows this is kind of sus, bro. This is a little weird. Yeah, so sure enough, the spoiled kid brings him down, and he's like, all right, well, look at this car over here. He says the brand, like the name or whatever. He says the year and the model, or at least what he guesses it to be. He's like, this right here, this is a real junker. This is a beater car. This car sucks. Is this like your 4th car that you just got for fun because you like crappy cars? And some kid is like, no, like that's my family's car. Bro, like, and here's the thing, right? Unfortunately, this kid's, like, in a situation where his parents are kind of strapped for cash, and they have to all share one car. So first of all, just the fact that this kid, like, his parents were, like, cool with letting him or letting his mom drive him take the only family car to spend some time at the spoiled kid's house, that's a pretty big deal, man. But for this, not just for that, even if, I don't know, even if this kid had all the cars in the world or something, just to go out of your way to make fun of someone's car because it is, like, not as fancy as yours, just to make fun of someone's socioeconomic status, is just a low blow in general, man. So, yeah, sure enough, Ryan kind of turns to his friend, and he's like, this isn't cool, right? His friend's like, yeah, no, this is really messed up. And they're watching as the spoiled kid doesn't take any social cues and continues to be like, well, you guys should really consider getting a newer car that sucks a little bit less. I would consider the insert name of like $40,000 car or whatever. And the kid, who we'll just call Dave, right? Dave's like, man, I don't think you get it. Like, we can't just buy whatever we want for a car. Like, this is the only car we could afford. And the spoiled kid looks at him and says, oh, well, that's unfortunate. And then the spoiled kid literally just goes on to berating the next person's car, So for the next 5 minutes, the spoiled kid walks from car to car, basically calling everyone else poor. And there was even one car that was low-key kind of nice, right? But he was like, oh, this isn't the new one. It sucks. It's like, oh, yeah, bro, you only spent $15,000 on this car. You're broke AF, bro. $15,000 on a car is crazy. But anyways, right, the spoiled kid was used to spending $1 billion per car. Yeah, I spent about $1 quintillion per car. I spend the entire GDP of Canada on this whip, and I don't even drive it that often. Whatever. Yeah, so, yeah, at this point, everyone was getting pretty annoyed. They were all kind of looking at each other. And thankfully, right, one of the moms came out and signaled that it was time to, that food was out. So they all went back inside. So Ryan kind of, tailed off with one of his friends while they got some food. And they kind of went to the corner of the room and they started talking. And Ryan's like this guy kind of sucks. I knew he wasn't cool before, but, that's kind of a low blow what he did to all of us. And, yeah, and then, Ryan's friends said, yeah, especially Dave. We all know his parents are going through it right now. One of Dave's parents, got laid off recently. And they were already in a sticky situation in the first place. So for the spoiled kid to go out of his way and be like, your car sucks, it's for broke people, take this L or whatever, was just really a low blow. So after the party, because everyone eventually goes home, they never actually ended up playing Nerf guns. So, yeah, Ryan was pretty upset. Not just at the fact that they weren't able to play Nerf guns, by the way, but also the way that him and his friends were treated while at the spoiled kid's house. So yeah, anyways, they kind of make a big group chat, or Ryan... No, let me step back for a second. Ryan is in the car, and he's on his phone, and that's when he gets an invite to a big group chat on iMessage, right? And he checks all the recipients, and it's literally everyone in his class besides the spoiled kid. And basically, he receives a text message from Dave, the kid who's going through a bit of a tougher financial situation and was roasted by the spoiled kid for it. And Dave sends a kind of a big long text message saying, what the spoiled kid did to me and all of you guys today was unacceptable. This is ridiculous. The guy invites us to our house, not so that, he can host us and we can celebrate graduating the 6th grade or whatever, but instead to show off all that he has and to make fun of us for what we do not. We need to get revenge somehow. So all the other kids were putting in agreeing, they were all agreeing or whatever. And then one of the kids was like, what do you mean by revenge? And they decided that they had to somehow pull a big prank on this guy. Yeah, instead of getting adults involved or whatever, I guess all the kids were like, nah, we're handling this on our own hands. The court of justice is us. Because of course, mob justice is always the best way to go. That can never go wrong. But anyways, they come up with a plan. And the plan is really crazy. The plan is really out there. However, they decide to go with it. And it's really only a plan that a bunch of 6th graders would ever come up with and try. However, it went down pretty well. So let me tell you what the plan was, right? And cue the action movie music in the background. So anyways, the plan was that for the entire week, they're going to talk about how on the last day, right, the last day of school, the school is having, or their grade is having a very special day. Very similar to Halloween, where you dress up as a costume and come in. The very last day is Clown Day. And it's to celebrate the life, and it's a memorial for a very famous clown that used to live in their city and used to go to their school. So everyone in the grade on the last day of school is going to dress up in full clown makeup to basically commemorate his life. However, that is a complete lie. But they wanted the spoiled kid to believe it. So on the very last day of school, when everyone came in normally, just excited for the last day activities, the spoiled kid would come in a full clown suit. So for the next rest of the week, the kids would basically put up posters, whatever, and they would when the spoiled kid was because they they went crazy, bro. These kids went crazy. They figured out everything. They mapped out this kid's classes. So right before the spoiled kid got out of class, they would put up Clown Day posters on the wall. And as soon as he walked by, they would take them down. He would be sitting around with them and they would start talking about Clown Day celebrations, what they were going to wear. And after about a week of doing this and with everybody involved, they got him convinced. So on that Friday, Nobody knew if he was actually going to come in the clown outfit because that was low-key a bit of a stretch. They're like, I don't know, like he's definitely going to like either not do it because he doesn't feel like it, or maybe he's going to tell his mom and she's going to say it's BS. Like, honestly, don't even know. However, the moment of truth finally came. So they're sitting, Ryan and his friends are kind of like standing around the lockers, right before first period. So they got about like 5 minutes and the doors open up and the spoiled kid, he walks in full clown gear. He has the red nose. He has everything on. And yeah, they got him. They got him good. If you made it this far into the video, comment clown down below. Don't comment spoiled, comment clown. That'll be the secret word of the day. And also, if you want to support the channel, the best way you can do so is just to continue watch older videos after this one. A really easy way to do that is to watch my Storytime playlist that has all my videos. Just put it on the background while you're doing something else. The playlist is the first link in the description. Let me know in the comment section if you're going to do that down below so that I can say thank you for supporting the channel. Anyways, let's get back to it because the spoiled kid's mom is about to do something pretty crazy. Anyways, the spoiled kid gets into school, and very quickly he realizes that he's been duped. Nobody else is in the clown outfit. All these kids are staring at him, and like immediately he goes up to one of the kids and is like, why aren't you guys in your clown day costumes? And they look at him, they're like, what are you talking about, bro? And he's like, wait, you guys were talking about your clown day outfits. You all were talking about your clown day outfits. And what about those posters I saw on the wall? Where are they? Like, you guys all told me that it was clown day, that we're going to come dressed up as clowns. And they all looked at him. And every kid he was talking to had a little bit of a smirk. And eventually, the spoiled kid put 2 and 2 together. And he was so angry. So immediately, he goes into the bathroom, takes off his clown makeup. Bro came in full clown gear, bro. He was cosplaying as himself, IRL, dude. Yeah, but anyways, he walks into the bathroom, takes off his clown makeup, but he can't call his mom because his mom's at work or whatever. So he has to go throughout the rest of the day in the big poofy clown pants and the clown shirt. Oh, man, it was a fantastic practical joke. 1 week into summer. So, you know, Ryan and his friends are just sitting around, enjoying the sun, having a good time, just having a good time on break. Most of the kids would start going off to camp or going on a trip with their parents or, I don't know, maybe start mowing lawns or whatever. But that's not going to happen for like another week. The first couple weeks of summer, they all kind of had free and they were all going to hang out together. So Ryan was enjoying a nice summer day. You know, he wakes up late because he went to bed late because he was on call with the boys playing some Minecraft or Fortnite or something or Roblox. He was having a fire night. He wakes up late, excited to go downstairs, grab a thing of cereal, walk back upstairs, hop back into bed while he's eating cereal because it's breakfast in bed because it's summer, baby. He can do what he wants. Watching some YouTube videos, maybe some Pugs videos. Subscribe if you haven't already. But no, not today. Instead, you know, he wakes up, wakes up late, excited to go downstairs to get a bowl of cereal, but instead, he is confronted by his mother, looking very angry. And the spoiled kid, Ryan is like immediately confused. It's like he hasn't done anything recently. There would be like no reason for her to be mad. So Ryan kind of looks at his mother and he's kind of like, what's up? Because it's very clear she was upset. And she's like, I got this message on Facebook today. And she turns it around and shows it to Ryan. And Ryan is trying to read it as quickly as possible to figure out what on earth his mom is so upset about. And he sees the profile, and the profile pic is very clearly the spoiled kid's mom. And it's a long message about how her son, as well as a bunch of other kids, came together to play a mean evil prank on her son right after they hosted like a party for them, after they very nicely offered up their house, that all these devilish children decided to embarrass her son and humiliate him in front of everyone. And their son had to go to has suffered extreme emotional distress and therefore has just been sitting inside playing video games all day. And immediately Ryan in his head, he's like, bro, he does that anyways. This kid is fibbing. But anyways, the spoiled kid's mom didn't see it like that. She goes on to say that, she demands that all the kids come together in 48 hours or less, come together, make a formal apology, and deliver it to both, her and her son at their house. And if they don't do that, she will be putting together a team of lawyers to sue each of the children individually for causing emotional damage to her son. Period. End of message. Ryan was just like, hey, yo, is this April 1st? Because I think I'm being pranked right now. And her mom, and Ryan's mom immediately starts to go into him. How could you pull a prank on this kid who seemed so nice? He offered up his house to you, and this is what you do a week later. What has gotten into you? That I was good friends with that mom too, or we were beginning to be friends. She seemed super nice, but she's just trying to be nice there for her son. I expect you to make this apology immediately, and until you do, no more video games. Going on and on and on. Ryan's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on a second. You very clearly only heard one side to the story. Ryan's mom's like, all right, I'm listening, because I think she probably did believe there was probably a bit more to this than just her son decided to be evil for no good reason. And her son goes on to explain everything that happened and goes into good detail about how the spoiled kid is actually a really bad kid, and how he was berating all of them and belittling all of them, and especially going extra hard on, Dave, the kid in Ryan's class who has been going through financial issues for a while, but even so, very recently, one of his parents just got laid off. And after Ryan went through talking about everything that happened, you could see immediately that Ryan's mom's face just definitely melted a little bit. The kind of icy cold, you're gonna pay for this type look, turn into a look of oh wow, there's more, once again, just kind of proving that there's always two sides to a story. And before you jump to conclusions, man, it's just a good idea to just pay it, just hear them out, right? It's always a good idea to listen. Yeah, so anyways, Ryan's mom's like, wow, well, I don't know if I necessarily endorse what you did, as it was a little crazy of you guys to do so. But I definitely don't feel I don't feel it's as necessary you guys make an apology. Then she goes on to say, well, I am a little afraid, since that family has a lot of money, that they will legitimately try and bring us to court or whatever. And that would be, unfortunate, because even if their court case doesn't go through, or it's denied or whatever, it would still cost us some money that we don't have to try and defend ourselves. And, at this point, Ryan's like, but isn't it kind of crazy she's going to sue kids? And that's when Ryan's mom thinks about it for a second and says, yeah, this is crazy. So Ryan's mom's like, wait a minute. I know that, the spoiled kid's mom is on the Parents Association of, South Park, Illinois. Let's pretend that's the city that they live in. I doubt that's actually the city that they live in, but just in case it is, then oops. But anyways, she's on the Parents League of our city. And I don't think that the president of the Parents League would be so happy to know that she's threatening to sue other kids, to sue other kids that live in the town. I think that would be grounds for her to be kicked out. So immediately, right, Ryan's like, all right, well, you should go contact the other parents and make sure that they know what happened. So kind of similar to all the kids making a group chat after the spoiled kid was a jerk to them, Ryan's mom makes a group chat with all the kids' parents after the spoiled kid's mom threatened to sue their children, right? She goes on to explain the story from Ryan's perspective, just in case any of their children haven't gone around to telling them yet, and then also followed it up by saying, I don't think we should do an apology, and if you're worried about her suing our children, I think I got a plan. So all the parents reply saying, yeah, this is ridiculous. I've never heard of suing children for being a little mean or playing a playing a prank on someone before, and some of the dads were chiming in, yeah, I used to do that all the time of the day, or all the time back in the day or whatever. And they're like, okay, well, what's your plan to like basically get her to not sue us, because I'm not trying to go through that headache, especially over the summer. So Ryan's mom explains that, they're all going to come together and they're going to tell, the spoiled kid's mom, no, we're not going to do it. And then they're going to tell her that, she better not, she better not like try and sue any of their children. First of all, that's ridiculous. But second of all, if she does decide to make the mistake and decide to sue some of their children, that, Ryan's mom or the moms collectively may or may not accidentally send a private message to the head of the Parents Association of the town that they live in with a screenshot showing her threatening to sue their children. And so they come together, they send the message, and sure enough, the spoiled kid's mom backs down. She is like screaming at them in the DMs, like, you caused my son emotional damage, whatever, yada, yada, yada. It is totally fine for me to sue. Like, I can use the legal system to enforce the laws and make sure that this is a good, like, civilization or whatever. However, she did say that she was not, she said, because you guys are blackmailing me, I will drop the legal charges or whatever. Which, that's kind of crazy that, they're blackmailing her. I mean, maybe. No, barely, dude. She's threatening to sue their children. All they're saying is that they would just let the head of the Parents Association know about her trying to sue their children, bro. Oh, that's all I'm saying. So yeah, after that point on, Ryan had a pretty great summer. And the next year around, the spoiled kid did not attend their elementary school. He, in fact, or their middle school, I guess. He was moved to a private school that was like 30 minutes away. And who knows why? Maybe because he alienated himself from everyone there because he was a massive jerk. Moral of the story, don't
Click
be
on
a
the
jerk,
video on
guys.
screen right
Bye.
now. I know you'll enjoy it. Just click it. Do it.